Not many people get to pinpoint that specific point in their life when, your life changed. The violence of an explosion just rocks you. All I know is I was coming to my senses, and I knew I needed help. So I I tried crawling, but crawling is so inefficient because there's so much debris around you. So then I start seeing about my legs, and I could just see the pools of blood already, around both legs. And suddenly I started thinking of my girls and Sarah, and I said, if you stay here, you're going to die. So I look around, and I told someone to bring over the baggage cart, and they lifted me up onto the cart. A few seconds later, about firemen come around the corner, and they carried me outside.
It had been 2 hours since Sebastian was hit by a bomb. He had lost 50% of his blood. Finally, he was in an ambulance heading to the hospital, where he went straight to the operating room.
When you survive something like this, and there's not one single minute where you don't sit here in complete gratefulness.
Sebastian would have to endure 6 surgeries. The goal, to get the one-time professional athlete able to just walk again and get him home to his family in Michigan.
Vladimir Duthiers joins us live now. And Vladimir, it's amazing to see he doesn't seem like he panicked after that attack. How did he have the wherewithal to just continue sort of going?
Alex and Andrea, he credits his time playing professional basketball. Being an athlete, he says, gave him that sense of mind, that sense of purpose, that sense of having a goal. And he thought about his family. He thought about his wife, Sarah, as you heard him say, but also his 2 little girls. And he told me just 2 days after he had survived that horrific attack in Brussels that the thought that kept going through his mind was, what if his daughters have to grow up as orphans? And just thinking about that and thinking about putting a plan into place helped him, he says, survive what might have, not been something survivable for a lot of other people.
Speaking of not being survivable, how badly was he injured?
Wow. The bomb shattered some of his bones, tore apart his muscles, dislocated his hip. His left leg was severely damaged. He lost a lot of blood. And, what's amazing about this story, guys, is that, too often, sadly, tragically, as reporters, we have to cover these acts of terrorism that are occurring all too frequently here in the United States and around the world. And generally, when we interview people who survived them or their families, we don't always get to follow up. Well, in this particular case with Sebastian and his family, we were there from the very beginning, only 48 hours or so after he was caught in that bomb blast. And then he honored us with the access to follow him every step of the way as he tried to recuperate, and he fought for his will to survive. And that's something that I'll never forget.
An inside look. We look forward to this. Thank you, Vladimir. You can watch Vladimir Duthiers' story, Live to Tell the Long Road Home, on 48 Hours tomorrow night right here on CBS 2. That's at 10 o'clock.
And we'll be